because after the recent update, Jack, the USP and P250 share the same range with a headshot, whereas before it was halved. So now the P250's really found its way into the current meta of these T-side pistols.
Well, let's see what they can actually achieve of it. Furlan waiting to see if there is going to be any aggressive information plays from the B-bomb site. In reality, though, Scream just finds Snatchy blissfully walking into his crosshair. No idea that he's there. Snipes him down with one shot. Classic Scream.
Exactly that. One-man advantage now for EnVyUs off the back of the Belgian star. Let's see now as the rest of the assault comes in towards A.
Yeah, pushing their way through, hoping to take him down, but Scream still continuing. It's just vintage Scream on display as he finds his way through everyone, stays alive as well as he just dives around. Eventually will go down as Furlan and Tao double it up, taking down RPK and Scream. That's the Source duo out of commission, leaving it back and just 3 players on the side of EnVyUs. XMS tagged down fairly low as well. 41 HP is all he has to try and aid him, as they are in a 3v2 though. They outnumber Ago. They just need to play together. They're making it work! XMS left in a 1 versus 1 now. Tao, he is a very impact fragger on the side of a go, and he makes it work, finds the kill with the USB. There's the follow-up fragger, hat-trick for him, and around for Ago. Somehow, no matter how much damage Scream does, it doesn't work.
A 5 versus 2. Furlan and Tao able to come back into that one, overpower EnVyUs on that A site, regardless of the Mantis advantage. That A site is so hard to retake. I mean, you saw as well the crossfire that they were able to establish towards Balcony, towards Default, as players came out connector towards APC. They were double peaked and double faced by those 2 remaining Polish players. And now it's going to be the force buy from EnVyUs. Sixer, the new player, not investing into Chaos of last week and bring out the AWP into the first buy, but apart from that, 4 sets of armor backing up the French players. As right now, we'll go make the move towards A long.
Sixer with a peek, going to get the tag down, but Snatchy will trade it back off of his Mach 10, so it's additional money going to be going his way fairly quickly as well as they storm round, trying to keep this fast-paced play in action as they want to tiptoe their way up towards this A site. Molotov's going to be lobbed out to slow down the defense as well, but Scream comes back through with his Deagle skills. PHR will trade onto RPK, but Scream with a second as he's able to find that absolutely filthy frag. XMS as well wants to try and do the same, but he loses his head.
Question at hand now is, does Scream save? Finds his kill. There's definitely arguments to try and go for this one in the 1 versus 2.
Oh, Scream really trying to prevail here, seeing if he can overthrow the defense that is being brought to the table by Ago. He will slowly make his approach. You can see the paranoia there as he realizes he needs to be a little bit faster into this one. Can't dilly-dally about as he has to go quickly. Let's see if he can wreak havoc among them though. Fires off the warning shots. They're going to be dubious about the play now as he just slowly pops and weaves but goes down. Grubby will have a filthy shot with a Galil. Can have a free upgrade to an AK as well.
Economical damage was dealt to the Polish side as 3 weapons were taken out of the arsenal from EnVyUs, as now they're going to be the ones on the Eco. Ago are going to be buying and investing into these Mach 10s. So Jack, because EnVyUs went for the 4-man force, as long as Ago have the clean round here, 4-5 stay alive, their money starts to blossom and bloom and they have good cash going forward. They can try and potentially keep these SMGs into the first buy round, knowing that EnVyUs won't be able to afford head armor, won't be able to afford Molotovs to deny and resist the push.
Oh. So they go for the counter boost play as well. You get XMS boosted into the elevated angle and go for the play. There's Happy as well, lying in wait to then strike again. So they do get the trade back, but the damage was done with the Mach 10. So Furlan going to be fairly happy anyway. He pays off the weapon. So Tao holding for the push towards outside drop. We'll split out 1 or 2 players. The bomb goes down now towards the A site. We saw a kill as well from Stature to RPK. And as all things fall in favor of the T side. Now just going to be Scream and Sixer last alive. And they're trapped really as well. Obviously Snatchy, good impact into the round as he got behind them, just dealing damage to this Mach 10. If he finds another frag, it's just going to be absolute lunacy as he's roaming around, bouncing up and down like a crazy rabbit right now as he will find another frag. There's Scream hitting the deck as he just keeps making money off the back of that SMG investment. Sixer is in the rear, can strike and gets the drop on Tao. Grabs himself the AK as well, but he probably won't survive this as PHR comes running around, wants to put an end to any potential shenanigans from Sixer, and Ago get all 3 rounds off the back of the pistol. But here is where EnVyUs need to reset themselves and reassert themselves.
So, as I mentioned before, is the Mach 10 kept into this round and utilized? And actually, no. It's going to be thrown away, disregarded, and traded out for an AK. EnVyUs going for the 4-man force buy. Only one Molotov onto XMS, and that's backed off of the kills during the eco and the force buy. And also the fact he is down to a FAMAS, so buys the less expensive gun to be able to afford the extra utility. 3 M4s and an AWP onto 6er.
Oh, RPK wanted to go for the spray, but not today. He will fall. Grubby with the initial confrontation, strikes and slays him as he throws the clip in the AK. Scream returns fire, wants to double it up as well, as he will take both of those kills fairly speedily.
Has control of the bomb as well. There's no kits right now for EnVyUs. It's so crucial. They have success before the bomb goes down. Obviously, in that afterplant, that could have gone very messy for the French side, but they get the job done when it was needed.
Yeah, Scream actually finding himself an AWP frag at the end there as well, meaning he has been able to scavenge that weapon. That's now a double AWP setup coming out, one on 6er and one on Happy. And we know that can be very predominant on this map.
Exactly. Send one up towards the A side, one up towards the B side, then suddenly you have so much counterplay versus contact plays versus the T side. Obviously, if a go were to go for an execution right now towards B or towards A, that could end badly for EnVyUs. But then again, they're on pistols. It's another chance now for EnVyUs to have a clean round. They had 4 alive in the last round. Can they replicate that now and start to build a strong economy going forward into the first half?
Getting themselves ready to go for this burst play. The explosion on B. But will the CT side defense ward them off, or will they be overthrown and conquered by the side of Ego? They push through. Grubby with the entry frag, dealing damage with his upgraded pistol. Happy with the no-scope. Wants one, wants the second, but can't quite claim it as he will go down to Snatchy. Furlan as well. P250 prowess coming through as RPK falls down. It's all on 6er and Scream. But can this duo achieve anything? Can they mount a retake? They're outnumbered 2-1. Snatchy is low though, and Scream pushes straight in. He wants to try and make a mockery out of them, but he himself will fall.
Confidence on display there from Scream. But unfortunately, he will eventually go down. And this is going to be leaving 6er last alive now. Going to be going for the save, try and salvage the AWP into the next round, round number 6. As it's going to go 4-1. And the reset will come into fruition now for EnVyUs. Even though they had 4 players survive in the last round, Jack, they've gone for the double AWP setup. They've rebought the utility. They bought kits, bought Kevlar across the board. And the major issue right now is how much cash have they got left in their wallet? Because if it's a poor buy and they go for a force buy here and they lose this one, if they lose this round now, Jack, this will go 5-1. They're going to be forced down to an eco. A Goat should be able to take that round. Easily, this could go 6-1 in favor of the Polish side. And at that point, it's coming back to the narrative we set up before the game started, where a Go is a team that finds success purely on their T sides. How much of a CT buffer can EnVyUs gain before it's too late?
And what can 6er achieve as well? There's this round alone. Oh, tried to go for the speedy little flick there, but couldn't quite achieve it. And he got stuck as well and taken down. Because of it, that could have been incredibly awkward. Early play towards B coming up from Ego. You can see investing a lot of utility to force back EnVyUs and try and get them in a less than substantial position when they do go for the crunch in the late round.
Still a slow play though from the T side. Is it going to be holding for the aggression from EnVyUs? 6er and Scream having the AWPs. Happy not using it actually this time, as Scream is soloing the A site with the AWP. And that means Happy will call for the 4-man stack towards that B bomb site. Bomb, left outside drop as a Go are going to be making their march slowly but surely from A back towards T-spawn, ever so close to this B site. So RPK close in drop alongside of Happy on the CZs and upgraded pistols. Will a Go walk into the trap, or will they just simply go towards B plat and use the range advantage?
Oh, they tried to go for a little bit of a cheeky jump play there as they wanted to deal some damage with that Deagle, but it isn't going to work out in their favor. 6er as well, fires once, gets a kill, ready for more, but he goes down. Snatchy will spray through him with the AK. Grubby as well on the trade back. Scream, he has an AWP in his hands. Not the most conventional weapon we expect to see coming out for old Screamy, but let's see what he can do with it. Nothing, unfortunately. Furlan will punish him. He is faster, and that is another round for Ego.
Horrific scenes now for EnVyUs into this round. As you can see their money, 4,800 for 6er. He saved the AWP. That's why he's the only one with enough cash to buy. So he can save now, go for an AWP into the next buy round. The problem is, at that point, coming into the next buy round, this could easily be a 6-1 scoreline, especially now as a Go Art versus the Eco. And we're starting to see $6,000 for PHR, 4,000 for Furlan, 4,000 for Taul. They're starting to establish some good money here, and it's only going to get better versus the Eco.
thing is as well, this is a really awkward situation to be in. EnVyUs trying to bring it back as they go for a bit of a counterplay there. Once again, the boost play does work. Ego not really seeming to be as alert to that, even though they have gone for it a few times. It is more of those one-and-done plays, but nevertheless, EnVyUs still trying their best. It's actually Scream that is doing all the work for that side of EnVyUs right now, though, Snods. 166 ADR, 10 frags to his name. He has been the one that has to get consistent double kills to try and get them rounds, and he can't close it out. He needs some support for the rest of his side.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the 3K from him on the pistol on the A site, the 2K on the first buy round they won. Anyway, though, 4 versus 4. Even though it's equalized in terms of the manpower, you're going to be favoring the Poles, as right now they have the firepower with the AKs, the armor to back it up as well. And just upgraded pistols. No Kevlar here for EnVyUs as they fall down one by one.
Yeah, exactly. Sixer and Scream on the retake. Basically just going to be walking in and offering themselves up as a sacrifice, as they can't achieve too much. P250 in a close range angle. Maybe if Scream gets the drop on a overextending T, there is a possibility, but it's not going to be going that way today. So Grubby will punish him. Another round goes the way of Ego, and this is where EnVyUs need to try and calm it down. You've got the buy. You can reinvest here. Try it and work out what you need to switch up. They are going to go for a tactical pause as well,
Yeah,
it seems.
well
So this
timed.
is good.
Well timed indeed. So what can they really change here? Obviously, so far, it's really been a lack of utility, lack of money for EnVyUs. The first buy round they won, they got instantly reset, and because of that, they went for the force buy. They lost that as well, only having 2 AWPs and Deagles and CZs. We've only seen 1 strong buy from EnVyUs. And that was their claim to victory with their 1 round on the board. What can they change up now? We saw a massive play from Scream towards the A site, getting 2 kills with the M4, then picking up the AWP from the carcass of one of the players from a go, then getting that 3rd kill as well. But then again, it goes back to the narrative of Scream being the real impact player into this game. When's Happy, the sleeping giant, going to wake up and try and overpower and topple a go?
Yeah. Maybe this is around where they can switch it up. You've got the AWP back in commission on Sixer. We know he can be a bit of a speed demon when he's in his own right, so let's see if there is potential, obviously, as well. We've seen this quite consistently. EnVyUs losing the first 5 rounds, conceding them, then biting back.
This is really good, though, for EnVyUs. XMS takes control of B platform, and now, as long as they can chain their smokes, keep control of B platform, eventually they can get information and try and get extra rotations. As soon as they realize there's 4 players on the other end of that smoke, information right now is the commodity into this round, as through the smoke, Robert goes down to 54 HP. But regardless, a 5 versus 5 as a go, are pinning their grenades, lining up their smokes, getting ready to go for the commitment, and here it comes.
Yeah, but they didn't use the Molotov on Tree Snods, and this is where Happy is going to be at his best. Surely, this is such an effective position. They need to try and push their way through. The Molotov is going out, but they're not useful there. Finally, it comes through. They get the kill as well. RPK strikes back, though. Let's see if the Source Superstar can try and shut them down. But PHR, he's in the rear, and he absolutely has a powerful play to deal, as he'll find that headshot on Sixer. Snatchy rips his way through Scream. EnVyUs, it looked like they were lining everything up for success, but there's a weak point. There was an opening, and Ego come bounding through and close it down.
At this point, I'm lost for words. I mean, you have B platform control. XMS tags up Grubby through the smoke. You have control of B platform. The smoke comes out. You concede it. You get the first kill. You get traded out. The problem is right now for EnVyUs, they're losing these Angels. We saw a massive lurk from PHR, but that lurk was the final blow and the insurance policy, essentially, because it was still a 4 versus 3. Sight was still in control of a go. As right now, it seems like EnVyUs just cannot withstand the pressure and the skill that a go are basically forcing against them.
Yeah, EnVyUs trying a little bit of a desperation play into the round as well, as XMS wanted to do something a bit exciting, push through with his CZ. He will get 1 frag short, but the trades just keep coming back through. Tao doing all the damage just of his P250 potential as he pits them down, finding every headshot that comes his way. The last 2 remaining CT side players are stacked on that A site, and Snatchy, he's just going to lurk, wait for it, use his timing, and really punish them as he peeks through. Will get the tag, but he goes down. Scream, is that enough?
Even though he finds that kill with the Deagle, it's still going to be a 2 versus 3. He has retrieved an AK off the back of that kill, but nevertheless, the bomb will go down. It's going to go 8-1. EnVyUs, they can buy into the next round, but this next round is going to be seeing a 7-round deficit for the French side going forward, as right now they need to recalibrate their CT defense. They need to change something before it's too late.
Yeah, they're going to try to spice it up. Silver lining, obviously, Scream actually will be able to save that AK, it seems, so at least still have the weapon that he can be an absolute artist with when we get into the following round. But EnVyUs, even though they went for that pause, they switched up a bit, they played with structure, they were just overthrown. Ego just looked very dominant on the entries, seeming like they've got a lot of confidence right now in their own individual potential.
The rounds that go of one towards the A side have either been versus Ecos or the pistol. If you remember the first fire on EnVyUs 1, Scream mauled down the aggression from a go from Matrix towards middle, had 3 kills there. And ever since then on the buy rounds, a go have been favoring the B site. Sixer could potentially start at the B site if there's no rush, if there's no instant aggression from a go, then rotate back towards Connector, potentially play fast rotation between A and B. The problem is we're seeing a 2-1-2 setup from EnVyUs, which means it's all down to XMS and Happy towards the B side. They need an extra man there. Either have Sixer, Happy RPK play drop, or XMS RPK play drop, have Sixer Happy play the B side. But then again, they're playing 2 ops right now. Scream has to be the rotate player instead. If we see a double op setup as rotations come in towards B, this is not going to work if we go for the smokes again. We've seen them go for the smokes behind Statue, blocking off vision from Rock. Right now, it's not looking good for EnVyUs, as they will go for a double op setup. But is the double op setup going to counter what a go are currently doing?
Well, only time will tell, Snods, as this play is going to be getting ready to be brought to fruition as they slowly take control towards drop down. Here's the response though. RPK seeming like he wants to go for the push in. The flashbang would have allowed him to do so. Goes for the pre-fire, but XMS peeks on his lonesome. Just goes down to PHR. I'm so confused about what that play was supposed to be, but RPK trades it back, gets one. Tower takes him down with the AWP though, as he will get the entry. Happy heads the angle covered. He should be able to find these frags. A little bit of a falter there, but luckily readjusts himself. Finds the kill on Grubby. Snatchy waiting for the correct timing as well over towards A, as he needs to try and get this lurk off. They have the perfect set pieces into this round.
3 versus 3. Happy with the AWP towards the A-bombs. Sixer towards Connector, holding for the potential play from a go towards drop. The problem is the AWP is so non-flexible. Much rather have a rifle in that scenario where you can continuously peek left, right, and center. Having this AWP is under so much pressure right now. Scream playing the cubby. He's going to hear the steps as well. This could be the difference maker here as they find this kill. 11 seconds left. There's no time left into the round. And it will be a second round claim for EnVyUs.
Yeah, finally they get something. They needed to do so because they were just got left in such an awkward location that entire time. And you can see the damage coming through there. Happy RPK to get a frag. Sixer for the final one, the headshot on Tao. So at least they do wean out everything they had on the side of Ego as well. So it's a full reinvestment coming back through.
Timer ticking down. Too far, too gone. Or should I say too far gone in that scenario, because it went down to 11 seconds as Furlan was desperately running up ramp. There was no time left on the clock. And will Go make that same mistake? We saw before EnVyUs, they won 1 round, they got instantly reset, forced onto a weak force buy, forced onto an eco. And those rounds were claimed by the Polish side. Go right now have another opportunity to try and claim the full reset onto EnVyUs, shatter the CT economy. And if they do so, this could easily be double digits already for the Poles. This is going to be double AWP setup from both teams. AWP onto Tao, Snatchy as well, as he's going to be testing Happy's reflexes.
AWP he comes round. Doesn't matter that he's blind, he's still going to fight through it. He's like Daredevil, Snods, as he will punish Tao. Gets them back into a 5 versus 4 now, as they just wait eagerly for the push to come their way to unleash hell against them. RPK as well. If they try and slip out through window, he should be effective, but he reasserts himself, going to provide support holding towards drop as they do take control. They're sliding through. They have the AWP as well. It's going to be on Snatchy. Not the most effective angle to have the weapon welded from, but let's see what he can achieve with it as he will peek round. Snatchy on the entry. Takes down RPK. Scream as well. Falls short. Happy needs to do all the damage, and he has been punished. Stolen from the round.
Sixer now has to save, but he finds that kill. Didn't have a chance, but eventually will be throwing in the towel. He knows that the odds are greater if he can try and save and salvage the AWP into the next round. Or is he simply changing his angle of attack? Coming in now towards B platform as he's marching his way via B plat. We'll throw the flashbang out to flash out any AWP that would be towards B platform. But actually, PHR towards Statue, Grubby in towards Chicken Coop. Sixer holding for the peek, praying that someone peeks him. But instead, no one from a go is going to be taking the bait. No one from a go is going to be over-facing, giving a chance to Sixer, as he will be forced to save.
Sixer. At least he can do just that, Snod. Save. Keep that weapon in commission, obviously. Doesn't lose anything. They need this extra lifeline as well, and this is the worst fact though. EnVyUs, every time they try and get themselves around, they try and fight back, the reset comes back in. Immediately, Ego are able to punch down, hit them with that returning uppercut, leave them broken in terms of economy and broken in terms of confidence.
Exactly that. 2-9 as we go into the 12th round. It's going to be a 7-round lead now for the Polish side on the T side, where they're favored. They're so strong at claiming rounds in bunches where they get one, they gain the momentum, they get a second, they force out ecos, they chain so many rounds together. It's a team that loses rounds in bundles and gains rounds in bundles. But right now they have full grasp of the momentum and the pace of this matchup. 9-2, 1 minute 25 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be the force buy, or the quasi-buy coming out for EnVyUs. 2 players, XMS and Scream buying. And apart from that, everyone going for the half save.
They're going to peek round at Scream. He has a good angle to play from as he will strike first, and he'll strike harder as he gets that initial frag. There is the response from Snatchy, though, back with the AWP. Luckily, RPK, wielding that upgraded pistol, can recover the weapon.
You can see right now the instant reply from Ago. They see players towards A-Long with the weaponry that was saved and salvaged. Instantly, the instant reply is to go towards B, and Happy and XMS towards drop. They're not holding for this, and they're caught off guard. The B bomb site is now open.
Oh, this isn't going great for them, Snods, as Furlan will take down XMS, PHR as well. All he's got to do is sit where he is right now, essentially wait for the push to come through and just rip his way through them. RPK finds an M4, saves it, doesn't want any more into this round as he will back off and save with Happy. They have armor and they have a tad of weaponry to play with.
Time and time again, weakness has been exploited towards the B side defense from EnVyUs. At what point are we going to be seeing 4 players at the start of the round towards B? Potentially, if you want to have 6 to stay connected if you're EnVyUs, fair enough. Have him smoke platform from connector door towards the B side, have him smoke B platform, then rotate towards A. And that way you give the CT side at B an extra 15 seconds, an extra smoke to play with that can delay the push. The double AWP setup versus the play from Ago isn't working. The only time we saw success from the 2 AWPs, Jack, was when Happy got the flash kill onto Tile towards B plat. Apart from that, it's been Ago flashing properly, smoking properly, taking control of drop, splitting the site. How many times have we been seeing Happy towards Statue has to worry about drop, Electric has to worry about B platform as well? For my money, Jack, I'd say have, if they're going to play 2 AWPs, have 6 or solo the A site with the AWP, have Scream or RPK, sorry, have Scream and RPK or XMS and RPK, one of those 2 duos, play 2 towards drop, double Electric, 1 window, 1 Electric, do something to play off of each other towards drop to hold on to that position to deny the splits, and then have Scream, Happy, play towards platform, have Scream play under balcony, have Scream play stairs, have Scream play the cubby, have Happy AWP on Statue, have Happy AWP on Chicken Coop. Do something together because right now, the EnVyUs side is dying one by one by one. There's no trades, there's no setups. And right now, Ago are exploiting and taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, looks like going for more of a fast tempo play as well back into this one, as they know probably EnVyUs off the back of the pause is going to try and switch it up. They just want to try and counter that and not give him a chance. The big but Happy does damage as he's flicking away. He starts to find the kills that are necessary, but he will go down. Furlan through the smoke, such ferocity on display. Sixer will strike. There's RPK with a double spray. Finds the headshot on Grubby. Finally, EnVyUs can come back into action.
Finally as well, the cavalry arrived when it needed to. Full display of defense towards the B site for EnVyUs as all hands on deck chimed in towards the defense of B this time. And you saw the difference that had. Happy finds 2 incredible kills, even though there were smokes down. Towards Statue, he finds that first kill, wins the duel somehow versus Snatchy. Never should he have won that duel, and with that they will claim 3 rounds. So can this be the lifeline? The spark of life for EnVyUs to try and reset themselves.
Oh, instantly through drop as well. It's just the RPK spray coming out to play as everyone will hit the deck. So easy for good old Cedric.
Exactly, the splash damage from those artillery shells claimed 3 heads, and it's going to be a 5 versus 2. We saw them lose this in the pistol round towards the A site. Is this going to be deja vu?
Oh, Sixer loses his head in a matter of seconds there. Snatchy looking to be stealing away that one as he smashes his skull. Regroups up with Furlan as well. This dynamic duo on that terrorist side, can they cause some trouble as they want to mount an offense towards A?
Really smart play here from Scream and RPK to retake real estate towards middle. They're going to be pushing in behind the Go players. Furlan and Snatche, though, is this a ticket to an open A site as they find another kill as well? Suddenly there's only one player, one man advantage between them.
Oh, but it's all up to RPK. Look at him on the lurk. He's always dealing damage, RPK! In the rim, and he goes down! Snatchy! The follow-up flick! Surely not Snatchy like this as he makes his play on the site and can get the bomb down.
Bomb now planted for middle. Does he expect Happy to come in from the lurk? Smoke, flashbang, Molotov, defuse good as well for Happy. Can he flush out Snatchy? But he's giving him too much time, and now Snatchy with a good after plant position towards Wood.
Who is going to prevail here? Who will actually overcome this defense? He's giving himself away. It's not Snatchy. All with the timing. Ego can win this round, but he doesn't clear it yet. Has an overextended round as he just holds his time. Waits for the push. Knows he's tapped the bomb. Goes for the face. Barely gets the information. He needs to try and deal with him in this scenario as he just waits it out. Goes for the peek. The spray fails. Happy, completely aware of his location. Taps it. The smoke goes down. He's starting to crumble, but he brings it back and finds the round. Somehow, Snatchy steals it.
The timing there from Snatcher being so strong. He manages to slip in past the gaze of Happy. Worms his way in towards Wood. And look at the jumping headshot as well. That found Six's cranium. The flick around 180. A 5 versus 2. It is, in fact, deja vu, Jack. Once again towards the A side. EnVyUs are going to let it slip. A 3-man lead. And somehow, some way they prevail. But instantly, a fast reply from Six, who finds the first kill. But is it too late now? Is there too much of a buffer for a Go heading into that T side?
100% of rounds EnVyUs have won. There has been an instant reset from Ego.
Exactly that. You'd think as well, third time lucky, they could try and mount some money together.
Look at this though, the positional player Scream could be so powerful. If they don't realize of his location, he can strike, but Grubby clears it, Sixer as well, whiffs as he serves up an apple crumble and goes down because of it. Happy with a cheeky little airburst nade though, as he'll transfer some shrapnel damage to Snatchy. RPK as well, fires through, Furlan's head goes rolling off, as heads will roll in the round. RPK is the one collecting them, and they will at least get a round at the end of the half.
Something to send them forward into the second half. 4-11. We saw a Go lose in the same scenario versus Godsend. Oh, sorry, actually, no, vice versa. That they won in this scenario versus Godsend, if I remember correctly. My mind is lying to me. I was about to say something positive for EnVyUs, but right now, I'm finding it very difficult to try and muster up some positive feedback. Because so far, it's all gone in favor. It's all forward in the court of a Go, as they have an 11-round half and a stark lead going forward.
This is a good sort of call to make as well. You get into your second half, instantly go for a tactical pause. You give yourselves a lot longer of a period to talk, work out what you want to do, things you've realized, things you need to discuss now, and get yourselves back at a level head, take it as a second half, and get back into the action here. If they come in with a strong opening pistol, Snods, they are going to be so close to picking up map 1 in this best of 3.
Exactly. Getting map 1 as well, getting the early momentum in the best of 3. The last map as well being Cash. We saw EnVyUs get dominated on it by Space Soldiers, but then again, a Go would have much rather had the final map fall on Train, but that's of course if they even let it get to 3 maps. We saw them have the 2-0 versus Godsend. Only just Friday. Anyway though, round number 16, the second half pistol. This is a must-win for EnVyUs.
Aggressive play coming through. EnVyUs going for more of a burst towards mid as Scream throws out a decoy. They charge their way in, going straight up Matrix. Looking like they just want to try and sell the idea of this aggressive burst early on towards that site, but actually it's going to be a commit. In terms of utility as well, Six is the one with the smoke and the flash, but there's the info play towards Happy as well, so the lurk's out of commission. They're going to realize this is a true strike on A.
Smoke's coming towards Connector now, PHR. Furlan, Snatching, Grubby, 4 players here to hold off the aggression from EnVyUs.
Accelerating stuff from XMS and Screen though as they kick it off. Sixer as well, and RPK comes in. They want to close it down in seconds. It's all on Tao. He might be one of the stronger players on the side of Ego, but he is A down as he hits the deck. XMS finds the kill with the Glock. EnVyUs get the opening pistol round they dearly desired.
Wow, full kill feed there of Orange. As EnVyUs have a sudden shift, a turn of the tides into that round. It was such a good read from a Go. They boost up, drop, they get the first kill. Tao falls back, doesn't get too overzealous. Claims the advantage, doesn't throw it away.
rotates back towards the A side. Great read, great play. But not as great of a play from EnVyUs as they were able to somehow prevail versus a 4-man defense on that side.
And now it ain't nothing but a gangster party with those 4 SMGs in play. MAC-10's coming out as they want to go for the Biggie Smalls buy and see if they can drive by their way through into this round, Snods.
5 to 11. Is that second half pistol enough to amount the comeback required? It's going to be 6 rounds between these two teams. And it should be even lower than that, because EnVyUs are the favorites into this one as well. Versus the Force Buy, they should claim it. Versus the Eco, they should claim it. But then again, Jack, looking at these rosters, looking at this best of 3, they should also be claiming this map as well.
Oh, he's going to be pushing his way in. XMS leading the charge as he dives across all these angles. Sixer as well finds the initial frag. As Snatchy will be sent off to his grave. PHR, Deagle in hand, waiting for the push to come his way. But oh look, it's been a bit of a lampoon, an elaborate ruse, as in true play, it is going to be a B bomb site assault coming out from EnVyUs.
5 versus 4, 4 MAC-10s as they make their way towards the B bomb site. Just Furlan to hold the line.
Oh, Furlan needs to be on point, but he's going to be detected here. Actually, somehow slips past them. Can play on the smoke, but Scream finds the frag. There's Happy as well coming through as they're racking up the cash and splashing the dosh, dealing damage. PHR fires back with his Deagle. We know he can be naughty with the weapon, but surely he should be given no more opportunities to find frags.
Exactly that. For a go, you can try and save your upgraded pistols into the next rounds, or claim a few heads here and there.
Obviously, his Narc lane being a forte, I guess the SMGs aren't his forte.
Nice, mate. I'll give you that one.
Grubby, though. Let's see if he can do anything more special with the weapon. Oh, so close, but no cigar. Scream going to get through, barely just with 3 HP into that round as EnVyUs do keep it going. At least they are getting these rounds together, but still quite down to the wire on the retake there as damage was dealt by Ego, but they basically have to concede this next round for free.
Yeah, 4-3. Try not to invest anything into this one. Obviously, we see teams sometimes buy the extra Kevlar, the extra Deagle, the extra CZ, and waste $500 to $700 worth of investment, which could be, you know, better put into utility, into the buy round, into a kit, flashbang, or simply put a Molotov, or potentially even an HE grenade. As they line up, they all absorb the splash damage from the artillery bomb. And it's going to be just Furlan now last alive. So far, a very clean round as the SMGs pick up these kills.
Oh, as well, RPK for the final one. The insult to injury as he aerially assaults him with that jump.
As we jump into the first buy round of the second half, EnVyUs, they are in the 4-round deficit. Are they going to be taking risks? They had 4 SMGs salvaged into this round, round number 19. And so far, they've disregarded 2 of them. So it's going to be Galil for Sixer. 2 MAC-10s onto XMS and Happy, 2 AKs as well for RPK and Scream. And on the flip side for a go, 4 rifles, 4 M4s, all for Snatcher. They have 2 kits as well, a Molotov for PHR, but already can the Molotovs have an effect? This is a fast play towards mid!
Scream lets it all go down! The stopping seconds come through as well. Snatchy finds a frag on XMS. It's all started to crumble. They know nothing of the crunch apparently, Snods. Look at this though. Happy needs to try and trade it back now.
Instantly, the 4-man rotation in towards the A site again. We saw EnVyUs were able to overcome and conquer the 4-man defense on the pistol towards the A site, but can it happen again for a second time as RPK has such a crucial 1 versus 1 right now, and he has to try and secure the B site for a chance for EnVyUs.
You can see the bomb rotating back around. If RPK finds success, it would be absolute lunacy as he slowly makes his play through. He has bypassed them. They have no idea, but Tao holds the angle.
Grubby and Furlan have already rotated in towards the B site. RPK might be cooler that the B site's clear here, Jack, when in fact, it's far from it.
This could be so bad. It could go so far south so quickly. RPK, you can see he's waiting. He must be dubious, suspecting there to be a player by close connector. It's going to be Tower that's on the receiving end. They do not know the location of RPK, but now they're going to be aware of the push coming in towards the B-bomb site. Grubby and co. Paranoid about this as they try and refocus their attack. RPK comes in, but he goes down instantly. Furlan with 1 as he finds the initial frag. Gets blown out of the server by Happy, but Happy only a MAC-10 in his arms into this round. And he hits the deck, gets set up on a date with the coroner by Grubby, and that is going to be Ego instantly reasserting themselves.
Perfect rotations from the lesser experienced side here. As when push comes to shove, when the time calls for it, they're the ones making the correct decisions. An incredible 4-man rotation towards the A site when the bomb was towards A. PHR and Snatchy finding kills towards middle. And then suddenly a split-second call to shift their defense back towards the B bomb site just as RPK came with the lurk. Perfect timings, perfect rotations, and that will grant them success into the second half as well. The first buy round goes in favor of a go. EnVyUs now, no SMGs to try and work with, as they will be upgrading to the AKs across the board.
Oh yeah, this needs to be an absolutely spiffing round from them as well, Snods, because they have been struggling to get it together. They need to clamber something now and make it work. Because there you go, they've got their boots on. They've strapped up and they're ready for the action. Furlan as well to get out of there as he will extinguish the Molotovs as the site is set ablaze. Lots of damage being done though, but RPK, unable to slay, will fall short and falter into the round. There's the response as well. Taro deals damage against XMS. It's trade for trades consistently. Furlan, the follow-up frag on Scream though, and it's all up to Sixer. Can he somehow prevail in this situation? Surely his reign of terror should be overthrown. It's unlikely he can do too much as he attempts to find an opening.
Smoke. Flashbang to work with now for Sixer, as he is facing 3 opposition. Snatcher towards drop, holding the angle. Actually, no, towards connector. Not in towards drop, which means there's space now for Sixer to work his magic. But unfortunately, he's the one going to be vanishing as Grubby pulls the kill out of the hat. 13-7, 5-round advantage for a go. EnVyUs need 8 to claim this map, and a go only need 3.
This is ridiculous as well. Grubby, even throughout this entire tournament, he has been looking absolutely fantastic. We saw him picking up the AWP in times of need, but more so when it does what he does best, just being that traditional rifler role, as he's always shown its consistency. But the fact that he can pop heads like an absolute madman when he needs to has really started to come through. Him and Furlan, obviously that duo, Snods, they made it those 2 majors. They won it again, and you can see it shining through now as they know if they mess up here, they're going to be out of the minor.
Yeah, it always seems like it's either Furlan or Grubby stepping up for the start of a go. As right now, Snatchy as well chiming in, having a massive performance.
Oh yeah, and this is the thing as well. He's now back in the driving seat. He's been given everything he wants. They've walked in, they've given him his AWP back, and they've said, you know what, Snatchy, go out there and wreak havoc. And I can assure you he will. He is a dominant, deadly force when he has that sniper rifle scoped in and ready for action.
Round number 21. The quads by now for EnVyUs. Kevlar and CZ as they rush down drop.
Oh, let's see if they can try and make this play work, though. It's going to be a little bit heated as they run through the fire and flames, but XMS with 1. Grubby going to trade it back off his M4 as he will try and force them to go down. There's a little bit of damage there. There's the follow-up frag coming out, though, as XMS will be sent off. Unfortunately, unable to return the favor. Tower still just playing from back a chicken coop. Sixer with a CZ. These pistols are coming through strong now. A Scream as well. Deals a deadly blow with a Deagle once more, but Tower was poised and ready. But there's the response. A 1v1. Snatchy and Happy as he'll rotate over, but finds the flick. Happy not able to get out of there. Couldn't find cover. He was open in the fields, and he will be eliminated.
He leaves the trenches and enters... Oh, I've forgotten the name of it now, Jack. My goodness. No Man's Land, there we go. Oh, hopefully we see a better composure from EnVyUs than myself, as it's going to be 7-14. The Polish side of Go currently doubling the scoreline that EnVyUs have been able to amount into this matchup.
Oh yes. No stranger to the AWP as well. Furlan going to be grabbing the secondary one. Going to be exciting to see what slippery plays he can be causing with that weapon.
1 minute 30 on the clock here. Bomb outside A. 3 players from EnVyUs outside the A site. 2 towards the drop position, as Happy will be boosted, holding for the aggression from a Go. They're expecting a Go to get aggressive, overzealous, get heated at the moment when they're so close to potentially getting this first map. As it seems like EnVyUs are going to be falling back to the slow take towards A long, try and claim control of A long. Once you have possession of it, clear out middle, force the CTs back onto the site, and then suddenly you can go for a fake, suddenly you can do an execution onto the site. Let's see what they fall back onto. It actually seems like they're going to get cold feet towards A, work back towards B. The problem is, though, Jack, they're going to be walking straight into the scope and crosshair of Furlan.
This is the thing. Do they suspect this play? Quite an aggressive angle. Obviously just holding, waiting for them to peek round with the AWP. He will have to fall back, but refaces, gets 1 frag. He could just back off now if he wants to. He's done the damage, they can play for trades, but he's still trying to play with ferocity as he keeps peeking, bobbing and weaving, waiting for the frags to come to him as he does damage. This one at an angle, looking absolutely flawless as Furlan flicks with so much potential. Sixer last alive, but he has got to get out of there. He is going to be terrified as he backpedals away speedily towards the A site.
16 HP for Sixer, as he will swiftly be dealt with. 7-15, 8 match points for a go, 8 chances to close this one out, 8 rounds of perfection otherwise for EnVyUs, as if they make one slip up, one mistake, the first map goes in favor of the Poles.
This is ridiculous. The Polish Punishers overthrowing the French team, not allowing them to get anything together. EnVyUs just crumbling right now. I mean, they're going to be envious of this CT side from Ego more than anything.
Exactly that. Surprisingly as well, Go having so much success into these buy rounds where notoriously their CT sides can perform lacklusterly. Regardless though, 2 AWPs onto Furlan and Snatcher. We saw EnVyUs try and use this setup and found near to no success on their CT side with the double AWP setup. But then again, can Go change that? Have effect with the AWP onto Snatcher, as it seems like they're going to be walking towards A long, and this is perfect for the AWP. The AWP counters the slow contact plays where players walk into your crosshair, as right now as they're deducted down just to see Zeds, they're going to be hitting the deck and going 6 feet under to their grave.
Let's see, can he snipe him down, straight rip him through? Or will they somehow be able to subdue him? Can they just overwhelm him with the sheer force of firepower they have when they run in and try and force Snatchy to mess up?
Let's not forget here, Jack, this is the map pick from EnVyUs. Show us why they've picked this map. Go back to some tactic that worked for yourself in practice, because so far they need success instantly.
Somehow RPK finds that frag as they were trying to go for the initial flick. It didn't really work out the way they wanted it. Too close, but no cigar. Tara as well, just waiting with his M4, poised and ready to strike. But look how low he is. RPK as well, he's still dealing damage. He's found the entry towards that B bomb site. Luckily, the spray from PHR was effective.
Tao now holding the angle towards along the bomb as well on Sixer. But let's see. Oh, doesn't get the first kill. Instantly found by XMS.
Oh, goes down, but PHR ready and waiting, but the timing is awful. He gets a nade out and it will really come back to haunt him. Snatchy slips his way through. 8 seconds. He somehow finds that frag. The flick. How was he killed? Happy there. He deserves to be dead. He is fighting from the afterlife. Barely misses the shot, but he needs to retreat and save.
Close, but no cigar. That nearly lines up the sight. That kill onto the player on site, that would have been magical. But instead, it will fall to another round. It will fall to 8 now for EnVyUs on their T side as they start to show us why they picked Cobblestone. They went for the slow, late take towards A long. They smoked off the end of A long, denied vision from the AWP. And from there, RPK was able to find his opportunities, find his openings, and go off of his initiative and find those kills and the entries towards B, towards drop, and basically domino the round for EnVyUs.
Yeah. Was able to knock him down a notch and leave them a little bit destabilized towards B. And PHR was just so vital in that round to try and bring it back. I want to see that flick as well that came through from Snatchy. I don't even know how he was able to stay alive in that scenario. That just looked ridiculous.
I think we're about to see it here, Jack. Oh no,
Ooh.
Just teasing us there.
Gotta wait for that one.
Exactly, mate. Anyway, 15-8. 7 rounds required for the T side from EnVyUs. Happy on your screens right now. The cooler, what calls, what decisions is he going to try and make here to try and throw off the players from a go?
Snatchy as well. He saved the AWP and he is going to be really starting to show that he has the upper hand into this one as he finds the first frag, wants the second as well, as he'll slip over towards A and hold a vital choke point towards close mid. If they try and actually play around him as well, if he gets another frag, there might be a lot of potential. They do have weaker firepower, sure, but if there's potential to play for trades, get the drop on EnVyUs, maybe it can work. But talking about drop, it's Happy that comes through, but PHR and Snatchy start to really lock it down. PHR surely not, as he's done all the damage with his Deagle. XMS returns fire as he flows the clip in the AK, but he is going to hit the DECK. Ego pick up the win. That one will surely be going to their egos as they lock it down, toppling EnVyUs on their own map pick.
Exactly that. The underdogs will claim the first map here, and they will be soaring to a 1-0 advantage in this best of 3, Jack. As the next map will be the true test now for EnVyUs. 1-0 for a go, and now it's on to their map pick.
Wow. That was ridiculous as well. Really coming in strong. Just what they need to do. You look at it on paper, you think, right, EnVyUs versus a Go. A Go, you've had a great tournament run. You've done well. You got yourself out of that group. You had a hard game. You've shown yourself. You've proven you can do some damage, but surely not in the best of 3. EnVyUs, though, the cracks